Hello, it's Marzi. Oh god, I'm trying so hard to get rid of this accent. It's doing my head in. But it happens after I have seizures, and I've been having seizures pretty much the whole time I was in hospital. I'm finally home, and I have to just say, firstly, thank you to all the people that visited and messaged me and checked on me and all that. I really appreciate it. But the last probably 3 days have been some of the scariest, most horrific days in my life. I can't even articulate, really. I have had these symptoms before, but I've not ever had them consecutively. So, it's been jam-packed with foreign language syndrome, foreign accent syndrome. Sorry, my computer's making noises. Foreign accent syndrome, foreign language syndrome, dystonia, tics, Tourette's, seizures, obviously, paralysis, stopping breathing. It's just, I'm in so much pain, and I've got lockjaw, but I can't stop talking. Anyway, I really have to say this. Thank you so much to Julia. She has been a friend online for 10 years, and we only met in person this week, and it felt exactly in person as it did online, which is not always how it works. And she just was so good with me, and she's sick herself, and she's such a beautiful human. So she spent all her energy to come in and help me pack, because I was worried. I was worried that after I got my scan that I might feel sick, and I did. So basically what had happened, we discovered, is that, I don't know if you can see this, it probably doesn't look very dramatic. I might put a photo up later. That's my cannula site. So it had actually, my veins are not good. So what had happened was the cannula had come loose from the vein, and in moving out of the vein, when they put radiation in for my SPECT scan, which I've never had, I've always had contrast, and they're very different things. And when they put the radiation in, it went into my tissue. So I had almost like a mini psychotic break for one day because of the radiation that was in my tissue and it was in my brain. I just had a really bad reaction, so know in future that I'll just refuse it. I really will not have it ever again, because then when I had an MRI scan, I don't know why, and if anyone knows, I'd love to hear, but I don't know why, but I had an MRI scan and they didn't use anything. So usually they do contrast. Sorry, my TV's just done something weird. Just hang on a sec, okay? I'm just gonna pause. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, usually with an MRI they use contrast, so they didn't, and that's fine. Whatever they need to do, I don't really care. I just need to get the test done and get home. So they didn't use it, but nonetheless afterwards, and I'm suspecting the MRI and the radiation didn't mix, and because I can't detox, the radiation still sits in my system. So although there's a few days between the scans, I think possibly that's what happened. So yeah, I just got so sick afterwards. I sincerely, I thought I was dying, and I'm not. I mean, literally, I literally thought I was dying. I could not get a, I could not get relief. I was lying on the hospital, in my room, on the ground, which is not like sanitary. They don't clean it that often, because it's like that, that industrial carpet. It was just awful, and I'm a germaphobe and I'm an OCD. It's just unheard of. And I'm walking in the toilet with no shoes on, and they weren't cleaning that either, because last time I coded when they do clean it, so they didn't want to risk it. So yeah, I ended up having to make myself vomit, because psychologically I didn't want to vomit because I can't stop once I start. But Julia said to me, maybe you need to vomit, because if you do, maybe you might feel better. And it got to the stage where I just didn't know what else to do, so I had to make myself vomit, and then that was it. It was like a bloody waterfall. It wouldn't stop. But thankfully I hadn't eaten, so... Well, I hadn't eaten for a long time, because I wasn't really eating, well, not really eating generally anyway, despite the fact I seem to look like a bloated fish. It's, malnourishment. It's bizarre. So, yeah. The good thing is, I got the test done, but poor Julia, she had to pack everything because I couldn't help. I was so busy crawling around the floor and passing out and running, trying to go to the toilet and falling over, and I had gastro, and then do I go to the toilet or do I throw up? Because I can't throw up into a bag, it has to be in a sink. And if I throw up in the toilet, then I just definitely can't stop because I can smell it. So yeah, and then when my sister came and Julia had to come, and I got this lovely wardy, and he came to pick me up, and he'd taken me earlier for the scan, and we had this great chat, and I'd gone from that to this person that looked like I looked like E.T. because I had the, you know, that one of those infinity scarves, and I had it pulled right down over my head, and I had to go home in the car with the totally reclined, almost like flat, and any movement or any noise was just like, it was so bad. So today I've woken and I'm so frustrated with this accent because it comes and goes, so my brain's just really messy. And yeah, I'm gonna sign off. I've talked really fast, and this has ended up being a long video anyway. But please, I hope, again, I always say this at the end, I wish I said it at the start. I hope you'd stayed because it's such a hard way, it's so hard for me to make sense and to talk. And it really hurts, it hurts so much. And I'm very scared, but I'm trying so hard to be brave. So yeah, I'm doing my best. Anyway, I'm home now. I have all of my blood vessels on my face and my eyes. They've all burst from all the violent projectile vomiting. So yeah, I'm not feeling good at all. Worse migraine. I literally feel like my head's splitting in half. Not metaphorically, literally. It feels like it's gonna snap in half. It's hurting so badly. And then my knees, like, oh, it's a whole nother story. I'll stop because if I keep going, this will be like a monologue. Or it probably already is. Alright, I'm gonna let you go. I truly hope you stayed because it's crucial I say this stuff, but I understand it's a long video. But when I'm like this with this accent, for some reason with it comes the chattiness. So yeah. Alright, I best go. Love, light, blessings, gratitude, and I love you all, and I'm so grateful for everyone that's been supporting me, donating, coming to see me, messages, all that stuff. I love you, and I hope you know that, and I'm very grateful. Alright, I'll go now. I'll see you later. Bye.